All right guys, so today we're going to take a look at the brand new revised version of the Nintendo Switch. Now the Nintendo Switch Lite is coming out, I think September 20th, and really that's the console that's been getting all of the attention. And I think it's just because there's new colors, there's just some new features and stuff like that. But Nintendo just released the revised version of the original Nintendo Switch, which for people that still want to have that full Switch experience, using the dock, using it portably, and also having the vibration and a lot of the things that they're stripping down for the Lite version, this might be one that you're more interested in. But the big noticeable difference is Nintendo decided to use an upgraded Tegra chip. And what that's doing is it is fixing and adding battery life to this one that the original one kind of lacked on. The original one was rated to get somewhere between 2.5 and 6.5 hours of battery life, where this new one is rated to get between 4.5 to 9 hours. In games like Breath of the Wild that are a little more intensive and a little more draining on the battery, the original one would play about 3 hours, where this new one is getting around 5.5. So if you look at it, that's a 2.5 hour battery upgrade, and that's pretty significant when it comes to a portable handheld system, especially considering one of my only gripes about the original was the battery always seemed to be dying. And it probably didn't help that Breath of the Wild was the one game that I played all the time, and that's the most demanding on the battery, but still, to get an additional 2.5 hours is just extremely nice. Now, another thing that I did have issues with the original one was I did have a Joy-Con drifting issue, and it was really common where like your character would just slowly drift in one direction. Now Nintendo is fixing that on the originals, but I believe they have already put the fixed upgraded versions on this new one. Now there was somebody that said they felt like the Joy-Cons was upgraded as far as the material, it felt better built. I can honestly say I can't tell a difference between this one and the old one. So as far as the other differences, the first thing you're gonna notice is this new revised version comes in a big red box. It still has artwork on the outside, which is also different. Now, pretty much all the other differences are just minor things that you probably wouldn't notice. On the outside of the box where it shows the product serial number, the new one starts with XKW, where the old one started with XAW. If you were to go in a store and buy this like secondhand where maybe they don't have the original box, you can tell the difference just by looking at the model number on the back. The original one had HAC-001, where the new one has exactly the same thing, but also a -01 at the end of it. So again, if you were to buy this used, that is something that you would be able to see. Everything else in the box is exactly the same, so there's nothing really to point out, especially considering you've probably already seen unboxing and product shots of the Nintendo Switch like 100 times over. So as far as if I think it's worth it, I think the battery life is a huge upgrade, but if you have the original one, it might be hard to invest in the system all over again, but if you're somebody coming at the system brand new, this one is pushing out the old system. So I'm thinking at some point this is gonna be the only one available, but if you go in a store and you see one in a white box and you see one in a red box, definitely go for the one in the red box. But guys, that's just a quick video to show you guys the new revised version of the Nintendo Switch. Again, not any huge differences. The battery life is a huge upgrade. The look of the box is nice, but again, it's a box. You're just gonna store it away, and some people just throw these things away. But it's a great system. I still think the Nintendo Switch Lite, it's a great option, but if you want the whole Nintendo Switch experience, being able to take the Joy-Cons off, use this dock to your TV, but also if you want to be able to feel the haptic feedback vibration on the system while using it portably, some of those things are gonna be really missed with the Lite version that I don't think people realize yet. So anyway guys, that is my video on the new revised version of the Nintendo Switch. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.